chili in the name of.
Cause I have friends, and that's a fact, like Agnes, Agatha, Jermaine, and Jack. Forget about that, let's go into the story.
Hello again and welcome to Season 7, Episode 4 of Chilli in the Name of. In previous episodes, you would have seen me talk about Old Agness Store, but I think it's about time we got up close and personal with the owners and proprietors of the Old Agness Store. So let's roll tape.
Getting to know you.
Owned and run by Steve and Michele Berlant, the Old Agness Store is one of the finest stores for chili sauces and chili-related products, but it's most famous for Michele Berlant's brownies. So how do you find the Old Agness Store? Well, if you're ever on the southern Oregon coastline and you find yourself at Gold Beach, promptly catch a jet boat inland along the Rogue River upstream to a town called Agnes. There you'll find the friendly faces of Steve and Michele, who I'm sure will treat you to some old-time southern Oregon hospitality. Now, if you want to buy anything from them, you'll have to go online to oldagnessstore.com as they closed their brick-and-mortar store some time ago. So what have we got from Old Agness Store today? Well, Steve and Michele Berlant kindly chose 3 sauces for me, including the Bomb Noms Dragon Blood Isle, Drew's Chili Co. Fall Reserve Fervent Root Hot Sauce, and Hurtberry Farms Ellipsis. So without any further ado, let's get on it. The first sauce I'm going to try for you today is the Bomb Noms Dragon Blood Isle. Has this beautiful glass etched bottle with a hand-drawn sort of signature thing on the back there. As you can see there, it's really lovely. You can actually, it's so shiny you can see the reflection of the phone in the actual bottle itself. It's a 200ml bottle, and as you can sort of see it sloshing around there, it's quite thick looking, and it's got bits and pieces in there. You can see it's quite red and dark, like dragon's blood. Now it's got a big long letter along with it explaining all about this, which is a really nice touch. It's a very long letter. I won't read it all to you, but yeah, needless to say, it's a really cool story. In it, it has Scotch bonnet smoked chili pepper, red dragon fruit, orange pineapple juice, white onion, crushed pineapple and juice, citric acid, dark brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, Japanese carrots, red ale, smoked garlic, minced ginger, lime juice, older smoked salt, and hatch chili powder. It's a really long list of ingredients, but I think it's probably due to the fact that it's quite a complex sauce. So let's have a look at it. It's got a little tag on it with the nutritional facts there as well, which is quite nice. It's a very personal sort of touch to it. The drawing on the back and this letter and you know, the little tag and stuff like that. So there's a lot of thought gone into this one. Give it a shake. I'm intrigued to know what the dragon fruit's like in here. It's very smoky smelling. Yeah, very smoky. A little fruity. See how it pours. Very smoky. There's pieces of dragon fruit in there. There's dragon fruit seeds. There's chili seeds. Scotch bonnet peppers right there at the front. It's pretty amazing and interesting. But the smoke's really what pushes the fruit forward on that. Quite enjoying the texture on it. Is really interesting too. In terms of heat, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10. The heat does dissipate quite quickly, and it's very fruity, and the chunks and stuff sort of I think it maybe mellow out the heat a little bit. But I'm still loving the sort of the flow and the color of that too, like the redness of that. It really is like dragon's blood. In terms of what I'd eat it with, I reckon I could probably put this on a cheese platter. It'd be really lovely on a cheese platter with some really nice sharp cheeses. You could have some quince paste or something like that with it as well. So thanks for that one, Steve. That's great. The second sauce I'm going to try for you today is Drew's Chili Co. Fall Reserve 2018 Fervent Root Hot Sauce. There it is right there. It's got looks like a praying skeleton monk on a photograph there with some like wood and some moss and some fungus growing on it. In terms of what it looks like, it's quite brown and sort of sugary looking almost. There's the label up close, as you can sort of see more of the detail of the praying monk skeleton thing. In terms of ingredients, it's got a really long list of ingredients in there, including several chilies, but notably things like sweet potatoes, celeriac, macerated fruit, horseradish root, dried porcini mushrooms. So it's a mixture of really a whole lot of things there. from fruit, from sweet, from hot to really earthy and sort of things like vanilla and juniper berries as well. So it's a really, really long list of stuff. So I'm really interested to see how this works out. Let's give it a crack. In terms of smell, nothing's really particularly coming to the fore. I do notice the vinegar and some fruit juices in there. I'll give it a bit of a shake just to make sure it's all good. In terms of consistency, you can see that this is quite thin, and it's got quite a few chilies in it, so including ghost chilies, so it should be quite warm. Let's try it out. That's really quite amazing. I'm not sure what I'm noticing first, but it's all those fruits. There's fruit, there's the porcini mushrooms at the end, which is really earthy. There's sugar, there's pumpkin, there's orange peel, and then there's chilies as well, but they're not really at the very front of this thing. It's almost as if this is based towards a salad dressing or something like that, or you could have it as like a dipping sauce with some seafood or something. It's quite complex, so if you had something quite subtle with it, it would work quite well. I'd say with some prawns or some large shrimp. In terms of heat, I'd probably give this a 3 out of 10. In terms of flavour, it's probably one of the most complex flavours I've had in a chili sauce. It's definitely full reserve quality, and it's really quite special. The third sauce that has been chosen for me by Old Agness Store is Ellipsis by Hurtberry Farms. There's Ellipsis right there with the distinctive Hurtberry Farms logo there. It says tart and tangy hot sauce, and it says that it's super hot. There's the label up close. In terms of consistency, you can see it's sort of a medium consistency. It's quite yellow in colour. In terms of ingredients, again, it's a very long list of ingredients, but it's mostly habaneros, bell peppers, Trinidad scorpions, then some interesting things like soursop puree, fresh peach ghost chilies, nasturtium flowers. So yeah, there's a few interesting things in there. So I can imagine it's going to be really quite complex again. It's got a lot of chilies in there. I'm not sure how many, but at least half a dozen different types of chilies. So let's crack it open. And like I said, it is that sort of medium yellow colour and consistency there. There's a little bit of chunkage going on in there. See what it smells like. It smells like chilies. It smells very chili forward, but then there's some interesting smells in there. I'm assuming soursop and some of those other bits and pieces in there. Let's see how it pours. Okay, right up front, salty, sour, almost soapy, but not in a bad way. I don't know what soursop tastes like, but I'm assuming that's what that is. It's got sort of it's coated the tongue. It's got heat hitting like every aspect of my mouth. It's got some of that ahi lemon sort of flavour in there. It's quite sour, which is good. It's tart, it's tangy, just as the label says. It's really interesting. Where would I put it? I'm not sure. It's salty and sour and hot. So I'm thinking this would go quite well with Asian foods. Something like maybe next to a rice dish with some noodles or something like that. Some fresh salmon or some fresh fish of some sort. Maybe some shrimp or something like that. In terms of heat, I'd probably give this a 5 out of 10. In terms of flavour, I'd say it's again very complex, and it's got some really interesting ingredients. So yeah, if you can find this one, check it out. So there you have it, folks. 3 very interesting sauces chosen for me by Old Agness Store's Steve and Michele Berlant. Thanks very much again, Steve and Michele, for this amazing bounty of sauces here. If I had to choose one as my favourite, it would probably be the Dragon's Blood. Just because it's the dragon fruit and the interesting sort of flavors in there, quite strong, and it's unlike anything I've had before. Again, with these two here, they're both quite special too. The Drew's Chilli Co. and the Herberry Farms Ellipsis. But all in all, a really good selection of sauces. So thanks once again to Steve and Michele from Old Agness Store. If you get a chance, go and check out their website, oldagnessstore.com. They've got heaps of stuff there, not the least of which the brownies and the selection of sauces and also some homewares and stuff like that too. So yeah, it's a really worthwhile stop on your way or across the internet. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. But until next time, see you later.
Chilli in the name of